Welcome back, Synthwavers. Alonso here from synthwavedojo.com. Today I'm going to show you how to create a polysynth keys patch on TAL U NO LX. Let's do this. The patches we'll make today are part of the Synthwave Dojo TAL U NO LX free sound bank. Make sure to visit synthwavedojo.com/downloads to get your free sound bank. No email or sign up is required. Before we begin, make sure you have your TAL U NO LX on the default sound bank. From here, let's deactivate the sub oscillator. Let's set the maximum polyphony to 12. And here on the VCA section, let's set this toggle control to envelope. Okay, great. So this polysynth keys sound that I'm going for today is going to be really good for chording, playing chords, for playing arpeggios, and even leads. So it's going to have attack, it's going to have a good pluck, it's going to have a little bit of release, but no sustain. Again, so I'm going for a sound that is really good on chords and on individual notes for a variety of uses. With that in mind, I'm going to start with the oscillator section here set to sawtooth, and this is how the patch currently sounds. Just your run-of-the-mill sawtooth wave. Okay, let's head over to the ADSR section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the sustain all the way to 0. Like I mentioned, I don't want this patch to have any sustain. I only want it to have decay and release. So I'm going to bump up the release to around halfway, and same for the decay. And I'm going to leave the attack where it is right now. Cool. As I release my fingers from the keys, the sound dies out slowly, which is exactly what I want, courtesy of the release control. Great. Let's lower the cutoff of the filter frequency cutoff to around 35%, and let's increase the filter envelope amount to around 50%. I definitely want the filter to have a bit of a pluck at the beginning. Okay, we can hear that the sound is muffled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the release, rather the filter envelope amount, to around here. Okay, now we have more filter brightness coming through. Excellent. I'm also going to increase the decay because I want it to be just a little longer. To around there is fine. Cool. Possibly increase the release a little bit. Great. That's pretty much our basic patch, and like we always do, let's engage the chorus, type 1. Now check this out. Oh man, beautiful, beautiful. Exactly what I was going for. Now, to finish off this patch, let's give it some delay and reverb. So I'm going to increase the wet control to around 50%, the time to around here, where it's too quick when I stop hovering over the control, but to around, check out the screen, like 0.5 seconds. Great. Let's give it some spread and feedback. Maybe it's too wet now. And remember, when you're working on this patch in your DAW for a track, make sure to use the sync button so the time values are synced to your to the tempo of your project. Let's give this some reverb. Right here, this is exactly the sound that I wanted. Very quick for chords. And if I wanted to arpeggiate, sounds lovely too, and the same for some kind of lead line. So it's super versatile. From here, I wanted to show you another version of this patch. Let me see, double check that I didn't forget anything that I wanted to show. No, that's fine. Instead of starting with a sawtooth wave, we could use a pulse wave. But let's have the pulse width control, the pulse width be controlled with the LFO instead. Hear how the sound changes dramatically from tubby to a little bit more intricate and focused. And right here, it's very good. Finally, here in the LFO section, I don't want the LFO to be synced to the tempo. I want it to be free. Now, the default, the rate is too fast. It sounds too wobbly. It's not a bad sound. It's really cool. It's a nice texture, but I just want the rate to be a little lower. Right here. You get the picture. Very cool. And a few other tweaks you could do is make it darker if you wanted to by pulling down the envelope amount. And if you wanted to, you could give it some sustain. So right now, if I leave my hand pressing a chord like this, the sound dies out. But if I increase the sustain, of course, we're gonna have like a bed of sound beneath the chords. Which is super cool. So now it's kind of a mix of a patch used for chords with a pad underneath. Awesome. And there you have it, Synthwavers. You've just learned to create not one, but two awesome patches on TAL U NO LX. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and inspiring. Remember to visit synthwavedojo.com/downloads to get your free TAL U NO LX sound bank. Until next time, keep synthwaving.